What's going on, my Cancerian collective? Welcome to your general creative reading, your creative energy reading. I've been having a blast doing these, and I'm finally getting around to it. So here we go. Let's dive in. Let us away. So I was meditating on the energy for all the signs, and let me just do this here for yours. I did take some notes while I was, out in the kayak. So I was thinking about the so this is wild, but I so as I was going through, I was thinking about the taxonomy of wonder and the way that the Renaissance kind of anchored humanness that sort of prioritized sight and labeled touch as less than, which we can see today in terms of what spirituality reveres and abhors, right? So it doesn't, touch is seen as bad, but it kind of is just a carryover. Like it's seen as like 3D and less than, but it's just a carryover from this Renaissance prioritization where humanness and like touch is seen as like of the devil, which is hilarious. But it was very real, right? So this taxonomy arranges our labels between an ordinary, like a binary of alive and not. So that's what that binary did. And so it's like the taxonomy of animals. So I think about, you have like the triangle that goes down, and it's like domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, right? It's like that triangle. So it's the taxonomy of animals. I think it's called that. And how does this mirror a taxonomy of wonder, where that which resists simple categorization, which is thousands of years old, is deemed useless outside of a common good? Like it's like how do we see the taxonomy of wonder differently? Like what is there a classification? Like how do we think outside of this hierarchical structure? And we think about animals as possessing wonder, and possessing wonder in that they kind of sprinkle it around for us to see and experience, and just to be in awe of. So what does the taxonomy of wonder look like what is that? And humans also. So this is the other interesting thing, is that humans live outside of this taxonomy of living things. We're not part of it. We're outside of it. So this is like kind of like the plant and animal kingdoms or species, but this is, to use these words would be to use words that are in that taxonomic structure. So what I'm thinking, what was going through my head was, what would a taxonomy of wonder feel like? And it's like resisting to put it to words or shapes. But what if we relied upon senses, and the creative process and experiential presence for that? Like, what would that look like? Let me put this to the side here. What would that look like? Yeah. And just so the taxonomy of wonder and how we classify wonder, like how do we structure wonder and give wonder a specific way that it has to be in order for us to see it as useful, like in order to classify it, like what defies classification, what defies this taxonomy of anything, right? So yeah, let's dive in and see what we got, Cancer. And it's like, what would fit into your taxonomy of wonder, right? Like look up the taxonomy of animals and seeing like, what does wonder look like how would it fit into a structure? Does it fit into a structure? So we have fecundity and rain. This almost reminds me a little bit of the movie Wall-E with the plant Eve. That's actually how my cat got her name, Eva. No joke. But that's like, it's like this plant inside that's like the last, it's like the last of its kind, I'm hearing. The last of its kind. Maybe that's what wonder is. Like it's like this sort of sense. Like wonder is a sense that's like the last of its kind. Interesting thought. Thank you, Spirit. And then we have silence and snow. So this might be a little bit of a call to kind of go within and to really behold and sit with that sense of wonder, Cancer. To sit with that sense of wonder, to sit with that. Unfinished symphony. Yeah, there's like a little sense of like, it's like a little bit of a blip on the radar for you. Let me just fix this here. You get to see my freckle. But yeah, so it's like this sense of wonder, but this unfinished symphony. Like there could be something that is, it's like there's like, I'm hearing seeding something, like you're seeding something. There's something that you're growing or sitting on that's growing on you. I'm feeling like it's a bit of a creative project for you, possibly. Um, mhm. Yeah, I feel like there's something creatively that it's like it's in the taxonomy of wonder. I almost feel like if that, like the way I'm seeing it now, I'm seeing this like this flow of energy within you. And in the silence, it's like you're contemplating questions that have nothing to do with what needs to be birthed from you. Like the taxonomy of wonder might inspire something, it might inspire a project, but then if you get too caught up in it, it's like it gets all jumbled, right? It gets all jumbled. And jumbled just in the sense that it's like the energy that you wanted to put into it is inaccessible to you, right? So you can't, it's like you can't grasp it. It's just outside your reach. So let's pull from the postcards from Spirit deck here and see where we go with this. Spirit, what messages do you have for my daily creatives, please? And by daily creatives, I mean Cancerians. Oh my gosh. Please forgive me. It has been a long day. Okay. Okay. I'm hearing like it's like this. So the taxonomy of wonder to me is coming across as a state of non-resistance. I did see the word fight in here, fighting. So it's like coming across as this sense of like releasing yourself from this fight, right? Dearest you, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There's a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy, you act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. But don't try to force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide, stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free. Loving you so much, always and forever. Whoa, there you go. Yeah. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for my Cancerians? My water babies. Spirit, what messages do you have for Cancerians for this general creative energy forecast? I do feel like there's like, if you're a songwriter, there could be some kind of music that you have yet to make or that's still like, I'm hearing burgeoning within you. Burgeoning? So we have third eye. Choose your battles. That's what you're embracing. That's excellent. It's like prioritizing how you use your energy. Your intuition's very connected right now, Cancer. I mean, it could be because it's your season-ish. But it's like your energy, your psychic energy is really heightened right now. And we have the sun. So you're releasing a kind of sun energy, which I find very interesting. And then we have the Nine of Swords, darkest fears. I almost get this as like releasing attachment to feeling like your efforts are going to bring about the sun, because that's the energy you're releasing. It's like you're releasing effort, you're releasing attachment. The Nine of Swords here, oh, there was another sign that it showed up in this position for. I don't recall. Ooh, I want to say Libra. I want to say Libra. I feel like your fears right now might be, it's almost like they're blocking a little bit of your intuition. Like, not overly and not so that you can't hear things, but it's like there's a lot to do with like this wonder and creativity, like asking questions and like the questions you ask not being informed by what it is that like these fears are. It's like your questions being informed by this depth of connection with your intuition and depth of connection to spirit. This ability to see the bigger picture and like the bigger picture, right? The ability to see the picture that was like, I think it was Taurus that had that, maybe. But it's like the ability to see the big picture, yes, but like 3D, and then the bigger picture, right? Like the divine picture. Okay, let's see where we go. Oh, you want this one? Okay, I'm good with that because it's not about me. Okay. Spirit, what messages do you have for my Cancerian collective to clarify this here, please? So we have third eye, the world. We also have the Page of Swords. And by page, I mean knight, sorry. And by swords, I mean wands. Oh my gosh. The world. So we have third eye, the world, and the Knight of Wands. I feel like something's coming to a conclusion, but like it's already done a little bit. I think this is just you having the perspective after after a cycle concludes, right? Like it's like something's ended, but you're just getting the perspective on it now. Maybe. Oh, but you find it very inspiring, though. I feel like this is like, you find it like you're ready to go. Like whatever it is, there's a lesson that you pick up from this. There's energy that you're taking in, and you're just like off to the races. Like you're so integrated, ready to go, firing on all cylinders. Bam, bam, bam. Right? Yeah. Ace of Cups. I feel like this is like it's like you're trusting in your heart. Trusting in your heart. Spirit, can you hold on, let me get some water here. I need a drink from my own Ace of Cups. Okay, let me just readjust here. Alrighty. Okay, so I feel like it's almost like it clears a little bit of your heart space, Cancer. I almost feel like there was this pressure, this third eye pressure. It's like you felt like you wanted to understand the big, big picture, but you weren't really giving yourself a chance to get there. And you may not have been giving yourself a chance to really get there. And I feel like the Knight of Wands is you getting there, but it's in a different way. Like it's not through your effort, it's through your insight. And I feel like your insight comes through your heart center. So it's like you're very much you're one of the signs that in all the Cancerians that I know, deeply feeling and deeply connected. Also deeply caring. Like those are, they might seem like stereotypical Cancerian traits, but they're also real, right? They're real. Ace of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. This is like, I almost feel like I'm feeling this shift, and then you're like all in on something. What are you doing, Cancer? What are you doing? It's like there's like a project that you're working on. This could be, I almost feel like there's something that you wanted to do. This could be like a dream that you're recommitting yourself to. It could also be like a reconnection with someone too. Like if you, if you dated someone once or twice and then things didn't work out or whatever, and it wasn't because you got to know each other. It just like you got a job and moved, or you moved, or they moved, or something. Like it didn't work out. Like it could be a reconnection of that kind. I'm getting bigger picture though. This is something that's related to like your path. path and purpose. Spirit, can you clarify these choose your battles? 3 of Swords. Three of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. 5 of Wands. The Sun. The Sun out again. Judgment. I think you're recognizing what is worth your time and what is not, Cancer. Like, this strikes me as like a reflection on like heartbreak, the hard work to make amends. Like, I feel like the 7 of Pentacles is like this, what's the word I'm looking for? Restorative justice. Yes. So it's like this restorative healing. And it's this like sense of competition, like you're understanding what actually requires your energy, and doing this is what you need to embrace, because it's how you access the ability to, you access the sun, you access better decision making, right? It makes it all more, it's just like, it's possible for you to find that now. It's possible for you to see that, and not just like see it in terms of like little you, but it's possible for you to really behold yourself in all of this. And maybe that's the taxonomy of wonder, and why that was coming in, is it's like you can't prioritize the same stuff that you used to, right? In order to get this, to move beyond this Renaissance anchored prioritization of humanness, and that like made touch a bad thing, right? It made touch bad. Like, what? Like, I'm such a touchy-feely person. Like, it's so wild to me that would be the case. But it's just like, it made touch bad because it was considered evil, which is ridiculous, because I feel like that's, anyway, conversation for another day. But it's like moving outside of this way that you've classified your experiences, and it's helping you to reorganize your energy. And I think it's like when you release attachment and the need to respond or reply or react or blah, 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 like what you're picking your battles much more efficiently for your energy, right? Like you're aligning your energy way better, Cancer. So on the Sun card, as part of this release, you have the King of Cups, which is like, I think it's kind of a badass energy. Like, when you release attachment to things, how much more of your heart becomes available to you? How much more of your heart becomes available to other people? Because then you can just have fun in the present moment. Then you can just be. You don't have to worry about being anything in particular to somebody or others or whatever. Like, it just is. And then this Ace of Swords. So, ain't that the truth? Like, I feel like that's a little bit of the truth there. So we have the Empress and the King of Wands. I feel like you're entering a very creative period, because and I know this because there's something about this shift. Like, your energy is just, you're like, you know what? F that. Like, it's just not worth it. And this could just be like little conflicts that you get in relationships with the 5 of Wands. 3 of Swords could be like trying to make an outcome different than it was. And like, you can't change betrayal. You can't change disappointment. You can't change heartbreak. You can only change yourself, and you can move forward from it and within it. But I feel like there's this way that you were like clinging to the work of that. But it's like you're understanding. And like, this is the other thing too, is that when things go unhealed in us, we tend to attract similar situations so that we can play it out differently until we release it, right? I've experienced this a couple times, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't do the thing. Like, I didn't, like, it's like, damn it. And it's like pulling back and realizing like, oh, this is so not worth my time. And I feel like you're getting to a place like that, or that's the kind of process that you're integrating. It's giving you greater access to your heart energy, which is allowing you to kind of act on things that are most important to you, in terms of your truth. Like you're honoring your truth. You're honoring what connects you to your peace. You're honoring what connects you to your center. And I feel like this Empress is the like the full like things coming to fruition. I'm hearing as they should be, as they should be. Interesting. As they should be. I don't know what that means for you, Cancer. It's like I feel like you might feel like it's a bit of the wheel turning. Like you're like, oh, this is destiny. Like how could I, like this unfinished symphony? If this is like meeting up with somebody or connecting with somebody, new friends, this could be a new project or work. And it's like you're just like, I can't imagine this not being here. I can't imagine this being anywhere other than right here, right now, and doing anything other than this moment. Like it's this sense of peace that's coming to you. This is the Empress is very creative. I was feeling that already, but it's like this like creative period, and then yeah, the Empress is out. This is for sure. I feel like you're gonna give birth to a lot of beautiful projects, and maybe even like babies if you're looking to get pregnant. Maybe that tends to be the card of fertility. It could just be that you're in a fertile period in your life, right? Because you're tuning into your intuition in a different way. You're tuning into it in a different way. And you're understanding this sort of creative instincts when they meet your heart center. It's like you can go all in on things because you don't need to have the full picture. So it facilitates this detachment energy that allows you access to your happiness. And then the King of Wands here is this sort of all-in ambitious inspiration. Yeah, it's like taking that pentacle all in and then putting it into a specific project. Putting it into a specific project, putting it into a specific line of work. I also feel like that could be you, right? Like there's a way that you could become like one of the most passionate people in the room from whatever, just tapping into this energy differently because it's been in you the whole time. But it's just something that's like, and it's like if you're connecting with someone, it's like they've been around the whole time, but you're like, oh, I didn't see them in that way. Huh. Like it's just this subtle shift. It's not huge. It's very subtle. It's very much like connected to this third eye, like very, very subtle. Spirit, can you tell me a little bit about these darkest fears here, please? Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Could have been to do with the Capricorn full moon. Because it was aspecting, I think I read this, it was aspecting Pluto on July 13th, 14th. It could have kind of stirred some things related to the transformative energy, but also inner child stuff. I think of Pluto as kind of activating and facilitating that process, but yeah. Whoa. So we have the Seven of Cups. There's something about reflections here. I'm hearing projections as well. Reflections and projections. And maybe deflections. Because it's almost like you can look at it in either perspective, right? You can have, like, it's like, how do I word the way this energy is coming across, Spirit? You can look at things through the eyes of illusion, okay? You can truly do that if you want to. If you want to, you can say that you don't know. You can be confused. But it's like there's this way that you're kind of like making a decision, and that's the sun. That's like there's an Ace of Cups beneath it. So this could be related to a relationship. But it's something about choosing your passion here. Your passion and your path. There's one that's just right for you, and it's like what makes you feel warm. That's the Glennon Doyle and Abby Wambach metric. What makes you, and sister. I forget her name. Oh, shit. But nonetheless, right? On their podcast, they talk about this. That's your metric. What feels warm? What makes you feel excited to think about? What puts a bounce in your step? That's truth. And I think that's going to help you navigate through some fears here. Because progress might be slow with whatever this project is, or even if it's connecting with someone, it could be taking its sweet time. But the point isn't for it to go quickly. The point isn't for it to be like rapido. No, that's not the point. The point is for you to be aligned. The point is for you to be connected and aligned. Yeah, that's entirely it. And it's almost like this is the way that you get caught up in magician, nice. You get caught up in the different ways that you could see something when the way that you need to see it is very clear. And it's almost like this is like the taxonomy of wonder. Like, look at all of the things that you can take in. But then it's like you break it down and you look at it from a perspective of removing this classification, removing taxonomic signifiers. And it's like what's left is your truth. So it's like following that truth. And then we have the magician here, which to me, this energy speaks to you being an active participant. Yeah, so this is the 7 of Wands, but I see it as the Ace of Wands, parting the path. Like this is like the path being made clear, right? The path being made clear. And this is you being an active co-creator because you're connected to that spark, right? You know what's worth standing up for, what's worth your time, what's worth the energy, and you can allot accordingly. It's just this really nice energy. It's this nice release. Like I really feel like this is a simple story of you being more connected to your intuition and knowing how to prioritize your energy. But the real story for you is what happens after that. All the things that become accessible to you as a result. We have the 6 of Cups, super balanced and very much rooted. New beginning. The Fool. New beginning for you. Okay, I'll put this over here. So that's where I feel like this is kind of like a new beginning. Like it's a fresh start. So I feel like this is great energy. There's something that's just new. Got you a little giddy. It's good. Giddy is good. Ignition and fire. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like it's like this way that like things are just like, and they just take off. I'm hearing lift off. That's a distinct possibility also. Life and breath. There's something about this. I'm hearing your unique signature. There's something about this that like it needs you. There's something that is so you that it's like it whatever this project is, whatever this work is, even if there's like a relationship, it's like there's something that is like, it's like you can't, everybody's irreplaceable, but there's something specific about your energy. I'm hearing that makes this home. If this is a relationship, it could be that's like you, the way that your energy speaks to another person and interacts with them or people. It's like that shifts the dynamic in a really good way, though, not in a bad way. The way I look at this is kind of funny. The 7 of Cups, it's like all of these different things happening. And then it's like you walk into a room, Cancer, and then it's just like, it's like for someone, you're the sun coming out. Like you're the warmth of the sun on their skin, Cancer. That's sweet. Shit, that's beautiful. That's lovely. Okay. Oh, Spirit. Such a romantic. Observer and higher power. Yeah, it's like this is that third eye energy. I feel like you're more protected than you know. I also feel like you have more power than you know. And a lot of it is coming through observing. Observe, don't absorb. Observe, don't absorb. You could also have air and fire placements prominently. More than that, though, I feel like it's like I'm hearing homecoming. Like there's something that you're doing differently with your energy, and it's a conscious decision, and it's giving you access to your joy and to happiness. How do you do that, Cancer? What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, I have some hints. I have some hints here, but just accept, observe. Whoa, oh my gosh. Okay, so forgive. Really want it to be out. And keep it simple. That's observe, right? And I feel like, isn't it so, let me just straighten these out here. I find it very interesting that picking your battles wisely and forgive comes out together. Because I think that in order to pick your battles wisely, what you need to do is to understand it's not the mechanics of forgiveness. Spirit, what's the word? Spirit's like, no, it's the mechanics of forgiveness. It's like when you forgive yourself and others, you don't need to fight the same battles. When you truly forgive and let go, the energy doesn't need to exist in that format. It doesn't need to. And like you might have had like, reputation of being scrappy, and that was like something that and not scrappy as in like fighting, but like as in like get shit done however it needed to get done. But like you don't need to do that anymore because there's a different kind of energy here. But a big takeaway I'm just getting from Spirit right now for you, Cancer, is that you don't need to pick your battles wisely if you've forgiven, because the energy picks your battles for you. Like it just doesn't, you don't need to fight about the same things or fight for the same things. And keep it simple just means observe, right? Observe things, accept where you are. Don't try to push against it and say like, no, it's like, just let it in, draw it in. It's fine, right? It's fine. Yeah. So that is your reading, Cancer. If this resonated, please give it a like and subscribe. I'd love to have you on the channel. For those watching from my subscriber base, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that you're here. And there are other ways you can connect with me on the channel. So do that, please, if you wish. And so check that out. But if this is where we part, I hope that wherever this finds you on the time-space continuum, morning, afternoon, or night, it finds you very well, my darlings. Take care and have a wonderful day.